Somebody, chauffeur me. This vehicle is one of those where the drive becomes enjoyable because it's so comfortable. Hey guys, this is Josh from the Hazelwood Auto Group, and this is Cars and Community, where we drive awesome cars and connect the community to cool places and fun events around town. We're driving the Spacious Hyundai Palisade today, and this thing has some really cool stuff that I want to talk about. But before we get into those details, let's go on today's adventure. So with fall right around the corner, I wanted to take you guys somewhere that was just absolutely beautiful to explore on those fall afternoons with your family. We're here in the beautiful, stunning, quaint, haunted, small town of Port Gamble. Let's go explore the town and meet some of the locals. All right, so we're here at the general store in downtown Port Gamble with Jenny, the owner, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about the general store and the history. Jenny?
Well, we're the baby of the street. We're 109 years old, but we're the last building on this street, the 5th general store. So all the buildings on the street were built in the 1850s, and this one is 109 years old, and it's been like at one time it was the Walmart of its day, where they served the tribe, the 800 people that lived here in the town, and all the surrounding areas.
So we're talking about fall and kind of coming to visit because Port Gamble is just so amazing during the fall with the leaves and the colors.
Right.
But I heard that you guys have some warm, delicious kind of grubs and drinks available here. What do we have?
Well, we have a full cafe in the back, and we have a full espresso bar, so you can get all kinds of concoctions that you like, including pumpkin spice lattes and warm soup and salads. And we also, during the fall, go a little nuts with Halloween. It's already out, I can't help it. And then fall is starting to come in, so come in and see all the new things.
So much stuff to do around town. This is a really good spot, and the drinks really are delicious, and the ice cream is always good.
Don't forget the ice cream. We serve that year round for sure. And sometimes we get more fall flavors like, French apple pie or pumpkin spice. The other fun things to do around town, other than the ghost walks, which I suggest, and that house next door is the most haunted house in all of Washington, which is pretty cool, the Walker Ames Mansion. We have this seashell museum, which is open year-round with us. There's also a museum down below, and then there's just lots of fun shopping around here. It's great shops. You can shop, you can dine, you can explore. It's lots of fun.
This general store is such a staple in Port Gamble. Now, if somebody wants to get more information about the store, where do they go? Port
Gamble General Store. Just remember that. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and our website, all Port Gamble General Store.
That's really cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jenny.
Nice to meet you.
We'll get back out and explore some more Port
Gamble. Yeah, come on
in
and see us, you guys. Always something new.
All right, so now we've moved down to the Port Gamble Museum, the Historic Museum, and I'm here with Nancy. Nancy, you've been here for a while. You love this museum. I love this museum. Can you tell us a little bit about this museum?
I will be happy to do that. This is the History Museum that is about the sawmill and the town. There's a picture of it here, and we like this picture because people otherwise would drive through town and not know why the town exists. But it is because of this sawmill started by Pope and Talbot, which was the longest continuously running sawmill in all of North America, including Canada. It started in 1853 and didn't close until 1995.
From what I heard, this is a company-owned town still to this day.
Yes, it was purchased by a different company in Florida, of all places, 5 years ago in 2020, part of a land deal. They wanted timberland. So they are now the owner. They own all the buildings. People that have businesses here on the main street own their business, but not the building.
Wow.
Nobody has ever owned private property here. Kind of a little known fact, even by a lot of locals.
That's a really fun fact about Port Gamble. Now, the museum itself is just a fascinating museum
It is.
What does it cost to go through, or how do we find this place?
It is free.
Oh,
it is free. We're at the end of the street under the general store. And what confuses a lot of people is the general store actually has 2 museums. And there's a wonderful seashell museum up in the top. A lot of people think that's the museum, but we are actually the second museum in this building.
We're right below
in the
general
basement.
store.
Yeah, you have to come around the side of the building to get in.
And before we started rolling the camera, you told me a fun fact about who made this museum.
Yes, I was surprised to learn. If any of you have been to Victoria, there's a wonderful British Provincial Museum there between the Parliament and the Empress. Huge museum, wonderful. Same designers came down here in 1970s. This museum opened in 1976, and they designed this museum.
Somebody wants to come and visit. When are you guys open?
Well, this year we are only open one more month of September. We are open Thursdays through Sundays, 12 to 5. Through September, and then we'll open again in May.
But you guys have to come down and take a look at the museum, because it's a beautiful museum. Now, if somebody wants to find out more information, Nancy, where do they go?
They could go to our website, portgamble.com. There's also a Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
Yes, my pleasure.
Be sure to stop by this museum. Let's go check out some more of the town. So not only does Port Gamble have quaint, fun little shops and museums, but they also have some haunted houses. They've got haunted walks or ghost walks starting in October, and they run throughout the entire winter, where you can explore the famous Walker Ames Mansion, which is the most haunted building in Washington State. You also get to explore the cemetery that they have up here. Port Gamble is just a really cool spot to stop. They've got a ton of variety for your family to get out. It's beautiful. In the fall, the leaves are just amazing. You gotta bring your family down here and come and explore Port Gamble. They've got tons of fields for you to bring your pets if you wanna bring your pets as well. They've got a playground. They've got all the different shops. We've only explored a couple of them, but they have a ton of opportunities to just get out for an afternoon with your family, your friends, your kids, your pets. So be sure to stop at Port Gamble. I guarantee that you will find something that you really enjoy about this quaint, fun little town in Kitsap County. Okay, let's jump back into this Palisade. It's got a ton of features that I want to talk about. Let's go. Let's just jump right in. I gotta just start off with saying this thing is really nice. What makes it nice is the comfort level. That's gonna be the theme of this entire car, because man, you just sit back, relax. This thing is really, really comfortable. So quiet on the road. Driving it out here to Port Gamble, driving it around a little bit today, this thing is just really nice. I jumped on the freeway already. The road noise in this thing, I've driven a ton of vehicles and this thing is quiet. I love it. It's really, really comfortable. Plenty of room. Absolutely plenty of room. The fit and finish is phenomenal. Talk about classy. That's the word for this entire dashboard. It is super classy. The screen setup is really, really nice and elegant. Hyundai Palisade is for somebody looking for a regal drive that has a massive family. There's a ton of seats. We'll get into the seats in the back in a minute, but overall, the drivability of this car is just smooth, comfortable, and quiet. Now, this car does have the adaptive cruise control with the assisted driving, so it'll keep you in the lane. The dashboard is beautiful. The buttons are beautiful. You still do have some physical buttons here. I would drive this to Florida and back in a heartbeat with my entire family and then some, because there's that many seats in this thing. I can't say it enough. This thing, it's comfortable. This thing is really comfortable. Just sit back, throw some classical music on, relax, and enjoy the drive. This vehicle is one of those where the drive becomes enjoyable because it's so comfortable. Coming back to you in the conversation angle, let's go over the interior. Let's talk about it. Seat, I already told you, this thing's nice. It's comfortable. Look at the knee room that I have, and watch this. I can go back even more. Like, I can almost not reach that front pedal. Like, there's that much room. I actually prefer to sit a little bit closer to the steering wheel just to bend my leg. The comfort level on this is a 10 out of 10, 100%. Up on the steering wheel, you've got a ton of different buttons. You've got your paddle shifters on the back. You know what? Why don't I just bring you guys in just a little bit closer? I'll just show it to you guys. All right, so steering wheel here, you've got your paddle shifters on the back. You've got your mode buttons here, your volume buttons, and then over here you have your adaptive cruise control. You can set your hands-free driving, which it's not really hands-free, it's assisted driving, which will keep you in the lane. If you take your hands off the steering wheel, it'll actually say, you know, make sure to keep both hands on the steering wheel. I want to take a minute for this dashboard though, and the display. The display is super classy. The graphics are so cool looking. It's just a really nice, clean look, this entire dashboard. And you've got your touch screen over here where you can go, and you've got your home, and you've got your map and navigation that you can pull up here. Over on the right-hand side, you've got your cameras, so your parking cameras there. This parking camera is actually a really cool camera. So you've got your front camera, there's your back camera. You've got your top-down camera, which I really like. It also has some markers on there. So if you're close to the curb, it'll kind of give you a little bit more information so that you don't curb your wheels. And then right here, this kind of 360 camera, that is such a cool camera, and you can move it around. So the car here is artificial, but it stitches the camera views. So if you're backing in or whatnot, you can really see there's a car right there pulling in next to me. It's a little distorted, but you're not using it to see cars, you're using it to, you know, pull in and out of parking spots, back up to a trailer if you're towing with it. But the fact that you can kind of move it around and see different angles of the car, that is a fascinating feature. I would actually use this a lot if this was in my vehicle. You know, if I'm pulling in, I want to see that front corner, I can see the ground. Over on this side, auto hold. This allows you to have a brake, so you let your foot off the brake, it's gonna hold you for a moment before it releases the brake. So if you're driving around at Seattle or whatnot, you have the ability to throw that on when you're sitting at those really steep hills on those red lights. You're not having to worry about rolling back into the car behind you. We've got your drive and terrain modes. Now, when I push this button, it gives me the options right here: eco, normal, sport, and then my drive. Now my drive is going to be customizable, and then you can do terrain. So you've got your drive modes there and your terrain there. Your terrain is snow, mud, and sand. The other thing that I really like is this center console setup. Well, I mean, does it pass the Stanley test? Yes. Great cup holders up front, but really cool. 100 watt max charging right here. If you guys know anything about charging, you know that's a big deal. You've got your USB plug here, so that will connect you into the unit if you're running an iPod or whatnot. And then you've got your wireless charging here. You've got more storage up here, which might be a little bit challenging for me to show, but it's actually quite big storage right up in here. I would say today's word is classy. It's not overly distracting. You don't have a 27-inch screen right here. You've got all the information you need, and it's just a good interior. Now, the cool thing that I really like about this Palisade is this is 100% a family vehicle. This is made for everybody in the family to pile in this vehicle and go on a road trip. So you also have a rear sunroof for your passengers sitting in the way back. I like that. Now, you guys all know we got to do the test. Let's jump in the back seat and take a look at how well I fit. Let's go. Oh yeah. This right here, it's got the captain's chairs in the back. I did not move my driver's seat yet, and look at this leg room. One of the other cool things that I like about these captain's chairs, wow, I mean, look at this room. I've got so much room for activities in here. This is nuts. We got a little sun shield. Great. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's do a test. It's got full-size cup holders in the back. Look at that. Look at that right there. That fits the cup holders there. There's also another cup holder down here. I could have all my beverages. It's got a little phone holder right here. Talk about good setup. Really, really good setup. Now look at this. The back seats are down all the way. So you only got 4 people in the car and you've got all your luggage or whatever for your road trip. Look at how much room is in the back seat. That's phenomenal. The other cool thing that I like about this chair is check this out. Oh yeah, that's great. Like, it reclines. It reclines. Like, somebody chauffeur me. Just drive me around, please. Somebody drive. I'm gonna sit back here and take a nap. I mean, look at this. I've got enough room to cross my legs. All right. Who wants to go for a drive with me and let me sit in the back and just chill? You've got your temperature controls right up here in the back seat, so I can control my air and whatnot, but also I've got heated seats and vented seats in the back row. The captain's chairs have vented and heated seats. This Hyundai Palisade is top notch. Love this thing. This thing is super, super cool. Now, you can't test the back seats without also testing the way back seats. But let's take a look. For the sake of you guys and testing this out and making sure that you guys can look at this. There's a little button right here that I'm pushing. Automatic seats to raise that up. Boom. There's also heated seats right here. There's another button that'll bring this seat forward and backward to give me more leg room. Let's put it all the way back and climb back here. Let's just see how I fit. Okay, it's rare. I probably would never sit in the way back purely because of my size. It's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna put up the other side back seat right here. Automatic, you click the button. Yeah, buddy. If you're 6'6", you're not sitting in the way back of a car ever. We're doing this just for you guys to see. I mean, talk about a really good sized vehicle for the entire family. I'm thoroughly impressed with this Hyundai Palisade. Now, if you guys want to bring the entire family down and cram them in here and see if they all fit, see if all of your stuff fits, your strollers and whatnot in the back, be sure to stop by Hazelwood Hyundai. That's where this one is, and you can take it out for a test drive. The cool thing about the West Hills Autoplex is we have 13 different brands, 9 dealerships all in one location. So you can take this out for a test drive and then you can immediately go over and test drive a Suburban or a minivan or any of the other options for your family. Like I said, if you want to bring down the family and just kind of test and make sure that it fits you, stop by Hazelwood Hyundai and take this Hyundai Palisade out for a little test drive. One of the other kind of cool features that I want to show you guys in this, now I've been seeing it more and more on Hyundais, seen it on a couple other cars, but check this out. So while I'm driving down the road, if I want to change lanes, I turn my blinker on and it pops up a little camera on one of the gauges and just gives you that extra security because it shows you your blind spot. Now, if I switch lanes back to the other side, that's a pretty cool little feature. I like having that just as an extra level of security. You can kind of just glance down and make sure that nobody is in your blind spot, especially on a vehicle that's this size, you know, these big family vehicles. Okay, let's do a quick recap. Fall is right around the corner, and one of the best spots to stop in Kitsap County during the fall season is Port Gamble. They've got the general store, they've got the museums, tons of quaint, beautiful little shop. And then coming up right around the corner, they've got Ghost Tour. That Walker Ames mansion looks super creepy. You definitely have to go check it out. It's a cool spot to stop with your family and friends. Sitting in the back seat of this Hyundai Palisade, because this is easily one of the most comfortable back seats that I've ever sat in. There's so much room. If you have a family with a bunch of kids or a bunch of extended family or a family with a kid that has a bunch of friends, or you just like driving around a lot of people, you gotta come down to Hazelwood Hyundai and check out this Hyundai Palisade. It's by far one of the most comfortable vehicles I've driven. It's quiet and classy. And until the next one, we'll see you soon.